Okay, welcome everybody. Clean my beard. I've just done another faceted moon jar, but a slightly bigger one. In fact, I've done two because the first one failed a little bit. I went a bit too thick, but you'll see that. I'm not going to hide anything. Might be a bit longer video because I'll show you the mistake I made at the beginning, which is obviously where you learn. So that's it. So here's the slightly bigger moon jar. Right, I'm just going to have a go at making a bigger one of these faceted moon jars. The first one I did yesterday or the other day was 2 kilos. This is 4.5 kilos, so I'm building my way up to a big one. This is 60/40 normal stoneware, special fleck and crank. Try and leave a little bit more in the neck of this one because the previous one, the neck of it was a bit mean. I didn't have enough to sort of roll it over, so just take my time on this. It's weird, this situation. I'm slowing myself, mentally slowing myself down here. I've been rushing around all day. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. And finally got on the wheel since this morning. Mind you, I must admit this morning I was watching the test match. Everything stops for cricket. And then I got a call to go and do a floorboard job. Someone was having trouble with the floorboards. Trying to put carpet down on dodgy floorboards, so I went and sorted that out for them. Then I got back and 2 pots had sold on the 3 pots had sold on Etsy. 1 from last night and 2 today. So I've had to get those parcelled up and sent off. So I've been rushing. I'm rushing my throwing here. So I'm just. The reason I'm talking to you is because I'm trying to calm myself down a bit. Right, I'm just going to make this quite narrow. I left quite a bit on the base. Get a little tiny bit more clay up. But right to remember I'm going to trim a lot of this off with a wire, so that's a better neck, isn't it? And I noticed from my video yesterday, from my viewpoint here it looks like it's straight, but actually it goes out at the top, so I have to look back. That's one good thing about videoing it, that people who if you're not wanting to publish on YouTube or anything like that, if you don't feel confident enough or it's not for you, it's still a good idea to video yourself throwing, because you learn a lot. I mean, that's how I first got into putting videos on YouTube. Is that I got a mistake, making a mistake throwing. And I couldn't figure out what it was, so I videoed myself, and I was switching hands. So don't have to publish stuff that you video. I think I can get this a bit taller actually. That's better. That's more usable height, isn't it? I'm just straightening it up now. Keep wanting to put my hand on the outside to support it. Right, heat. I think I've gone too thin. In fact, I know I have. That's not going to go. See, it's going there, look. Too thin. Start again. One blue pizza moment there. Here's one I prepared earlier. So, slightly thicker wall. Thicker wall and thinner cuts, I think. Alright, we're back to the cutting stage now. Just throw on this again. Oh, I'll throw another piece again. And this time I'll just take a little bit less off in the thickness. That's better. Okay, I've just had to put the heat on it again a little bit. We're getting somewhere now. It's so difficult not to touch it with my other hand. I'm having to put pressure on the wheel because I want to put pressure on both sides. It's the weirdest sensation. You can see the angle this, you can see the torque that's being put into clay. It's a really good example of how clay twists when you throw it, and the more robustly you throw it, the more you twist it, and then when it dries out and fires, it twists back. So it's a really good example, and it's quite a nice decorative thing as well, this, for this one, is having that sort of spiral. It's a good example of how the clay twists when you're throwing it. Right, that's as wide as I can take it now because it's starting to break up. But it's all a learning curve, all experience. If it was easy, everybody would be able to do it and I'd be out of a job. So that's what I think. Right, that's it. Second one done. That's it. Getting there slowly. It's all skill based, isn't it? Just got to keep practicing. Today's book is Wabi Sabi for artists, designers, poets and philosophers. There it is, by Leonard Corin. This was suggested, this is my second version of this, I gave one away to someone. This was suggested to me by Steve Tuttle a few years ago now. It's a lovely little book, and it's all about the Japanese aesthetic of Wabi Sabi. It's difficult to explain what it is. It's the kind of the beautiful imperfection in things, or what's it say here? It's a beauty of things imperfect, impermanent and incomplete. It's a beauty of things modest and humble, and it's a beauty of things unconventional. So yeah, it's a really good book, and it explains a lot about how that sort of beautiful imperfection is key to Wabi Sabi. I don't like things symmetrical. I don't like things too uniform. You know, you can make a mould. You know, it's better to have the hands on and the beautiful imperfections. So that's another book. That's really recommended, that one. I'll go back to it and back to it over and over again. It's not a big book to read, but it's a good thing to get your mind focused. So, Wabi Sabi. See you tomorrow.